Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today, we're heading somewhere really special, a place our sources describe as just brimming with, well, everything. A wonderful natural setting, a dynamic culture, and loads of unique experiences. We are talking about Morocco. Just picture it. The huge Sahara Desert, that breezy Atlantic coast, and the energy of its cities and medinas, it really pulls you in. But, here's the thing. With so much going on, amazing landscapes, culture, and especially all these great places to stay, think pleasant inns, peaceful ryads, even desert camps, doesn't it get a bit confusing? Trying to choose the spot for your trip. It's a great problem, sure, but still tricky.
You definitely hit on something there. That feeling of where do I even start is super common. Morocco just offers such a massive range of experiences, and accommodation follows suit. So that's exactly why we're doing this. We've gone deep into what's called an ultimate accommodation guide for Morocco. Our aim is to cut through that confusion so you can really find your perfect place, no matter the budget or, your style.
Okay, I like the sound of that. A clear mission. So, let's extract the best bits from this guide, help you figure out the best areas, the right kind of stay for that North African adventure. Think of this as your shortcut to feeling confident about your choice. Right, so, kicking things off. The guide sets the scene of Morocco offering, and I quote, "everything you may want from a getaway retreat." And it seems they really mean everything. Not just pretty views, but like a whole spectrum of landscapes and experiences.
Yeah, mountains, deserts, cities, coasts. It's incredibly varied. And what's really interesting is how the guide connects that diversity directly to your stay. It stresses how customizable your trip can be, whether you're after a cozy inn, a classic riad, or something unique like a desert camp. There's something for everyone. It's really about empowering you to zero in on making the most of your trip by picking the right base. It's more than just finding a bed, right? It's part of the whole experience.
Makes sense. So where does the guide suggest we begin this adventure? Which place gets top billing? It jumps straight into Marrakesh, calls it the overall best place to stay in Morocco. Apparently, it's the most well-known travel destination, even though, fun fact, it's not the capital city.
Right.
But the guide kind of hints like, you'll get why once you're there. It sounds like a total sensory overload in a good way. Famous for spots like the Central Market, the souks, the traditional markets.
The bustling ones.
All centered around Jemaa El Fina Square. The guide calls it a feast for the senses. Smelling spices, hearing merchants shouting, sounds intense.
Oh, it absolutely is intense. That square is pure energy. But connecting that back, while Jemaa El Fina is that vibrant chaos, the guide also highlights the, let's say, less frenetic side of Marrakesh. Places like the Jardin Majorel, Bahia Palace, the Koutoubia Mosque.
Ah, okay, so it's not all chaos.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It offers this balance that you can dive into the intensity, but also find these pockets of calm, often really close by. It caters to different moods, different energy levels.
That's good to know. So, for staying in Marrakesh, what's the ideal way to soak that up, according to the guide? It mentions riads quite a bit.
Yes, riads are key in Marrakesh. They're these traditional homes, often quite beautiful, built around a central courtyard or garden. Very typical Moroccan architecture.
And the guide highlights one, located in the Kasbah, which is described as a historic, busy part of the Medina, the old city.
Right, the old walled city. And the location sounds great, near the Saadian tombs, the royal palace.
And importantly, only about a 10-minute walk from that famous Jemaa El Fina Square and other main sites. So you're central, but maybe tucked away a bit.
Precisely. You get the proximity without being right in the noise 2 and 347. It offers a bit of refuge. And then it gets really interesting with a specific example, Riad Rouge. The way it's described sort of challenges what you might think a hostel is.
How so?
Well, the guide basically says, yeah, it might not be the absolute cheapest hostel in Marrakesh, but who cares?
Okay, why? Who cares?
Because it focuses on the experience. Relaxing in a secluded garden, smoking shisha in the courtyard, drinking mint tea with other travelers.
Ah, I see. So it's redefining budget as more about the value of the experience, the atmosphere, not just the price tag.
Exactly. It's presented as this immersive cultural hub, not just a dorm bed. It shows how in Morocco, even a hostel can be really authentic and enriching.
Cool. Okay, moving on from the buzz of Marrakesh. Where next? The guide shifts to Fez, and this one is positioned as the best place to stay in Morocco for families, described as An unusual city, great for the whole family.
It's a different vibe.
Its character apparently comes from its incredible architecture, a mix of styles from way back in the 8th century up through the 13th and even into the 20th.
Walking through history, literally.
Yeah, imagine seeing all those layers.
And it's not just buildings. The guide brings up exploring the world's biggest medieval tannery.
Oh yeah, I saw that, with a warning about the smell.
Yeah. It notes the fragrance could make you grip your nose. Quite honest.
Definitely memorable though, especially for kids maybe. Story to tell.
Absolutely. And that's kind of Fez, right? It's a living museum. History isn't just in museums there. It's in the streets, the workshops. The Medina is highlighted as amazing for kids to explore, even if it seems a bit overwhelming at first. It suggests that sense of discovery is really powerful for families.
So for families staying in Fez, what are the top recommendations? The guide points to Riyadh Veris first,
Right.
calls it a Moroccan guest house, proving that budget travel doesn't mean missing out on a great experience.
What makes it family friendly?
It mentions things like complimentary board games, a movie room, nice touches after a day out exploring.
Practical things.
Yeah, and crucially, they have a quadruple private room, which is obviously ideal for a family. It's about comfort and those little extras.
Makes sense. And there's another option mentioned too, right?
Yes, Darfay's Treasure. This one's described as a guest house type hotel. Sounds like a great base, located in the Fez Al Bali Medina, the old part. Booking.com apparently even calls it perfect for a visit with kids.
High praise.
Plus, a delectable breakfast is included. Always a win for families. And they also offer a deluxe quadruple room. So similar focus. Comfort, convenience, family space, right in the heart of things.
Yeah. Both sound like really solid choices, catering specifically to what families need while keeping that authentic Fez feel.
All right, let's switch gears again. Off to Casablanca. Now, the guide says this city has a more contemporary feel than Fez or Marrakesh.
Definitely more modern.
It even says it lacks the charm and atmosphere of those older cities,
Right, sure.
which is pretty direct.
It is direct, but it still says it's worth visiting.
Right. It highlights this unique mix, traditional Moorish buildings alongside French colonial architecture, plus traditional Arab culture woven in.
An interesting blend.
And there are museums, palaces, and apparently the second largest mosque in the world to see. So why might couples choose Casablanca?
That's a good question given the lacks charm comment.
Yeah.
But I think the guide suggests it offers a different kind of immersion. It's less about the ancient Medina vibe and more about exploring this unique architectural mix, a more modern Moroccan urban life.
Okay.
For some couples, that might actually be more appealing. A bit more relaxed, maybe. Exploring a city that feels both Moroccan and kind of cosmopolitan. It challenges the idea that charm only exists in the really old places.
Interesting take. So what about places to stay for couples there? The guide mentions La Stella Casablanca.
Yes, noting there aren't actually many hostels in Casablanca, which makes this one stand out.
It's described as being in a Moroccan home, like a little oasis in the city,
Nice.
somewhere you can relax in the garden or on the terrace after being out. The guide stresses it's more than just a place to sleep.
Right, focusing on the atmosphere again.
And it specifically notes that couples would likely choose the deluxe private rooms over dorms for more comfort and privacy, so an intimate retreat within the city.
And there's another one too, a hotel.
Yeah, Casa Voyageurs, a 3-star hotel described as being a little out of the way.
Which might sound negative at first.
Exactly. But its location in the Roche Noirs area lets you, quote, immerse yourself in local culture while still walking on the beach and saving money.
Ah, so the location is actually a plus for authenticity and value. Beach access too.
Right. It offers comfy and tidy rooms. Sounds like a practical, appealing choice for couples wanting comfort, local immersion, maybe some beach time, without the high tourist prices, getting a slice of real Casablanca life.
That makes a lot of sense. Different options for different couple styles.
So, wrapping this up, what this deep dive really shows is how tailored the accommodation options are across Morocco. From that sensory hit and ancient feel of Marrakesh to Fez for the family history trip, and then Casablanca's contemporary blend for couples. The guide really makes it clear that your options are as diverse as Morocco itself. There seems to be a fit for pretty much everyone.
Absolutely. And hopefully this conversation gives you, the listener, a better framework. It's not just about picking a hotel name. Understanding these differences, the Riyadh vibe versus a family guest house versus a modern city hotel, helps you plan more intentionally. Your accommodation choice really becomes part of the adventure, enhancing the whole trip.
Yeah, exactly. So as you think about all this Those bustling Medinas, the peaceful rides, the modern cities, even those desert camps we briefly mentioned. Ask yourself, what kind of Moroccan experience are you really looking for? Is it that deep dive into history, the modern buzz, a family quest, a romantic getaway, or maybe something totally different? Whatever it is, hopefully you feel a bit more equipped now to find that perfect Moroccan stay that's waiting for you. It's something to think about as you plan.